I got 5 on it. What's up, y'all? It's Marshall Couture. My wife's laughing at me. Also known as Plex of MarshMakesArt.com and DonkeyJawProjects.com. Say two URLs, one website leads you to my stuff. So yeah, today I worked on comics. It's Saturday, had more time. Also did an awesome episode of the Escape Artist podcast with Scott Serkland. Check out Scott and Chris's Kickstarter links below in the YouTube description so you can help support those awesome books for coming out. So yeah, today's episode is called 5 on It, which my wife and I, being
Naive.
the naive, the naive non-city folk, I don't know, had to look that up to see what it actually meant. I know the song, and if I like actually listened to the song, I probably would have figured it out. If I like re-listened to it, which I did, but she looked it up first. But anyways, we figured out what that meant. But it works for what I'm doing as well. So what do I mean? Why I got 5 on it? Well, today I worked on my 12 stories and worked on it for a good 2, maybe 3 hours, which was awesome. Had the inspiration, was going, and I wrote another story. Pretty much, I gotta finish it. I only have probably I don't know, a couple paragraphs left to finish it, but basically the rough draft or whatever is all done. So that makes five stories, like in kind of a rough, sort of finished. Some of them are a little further from finished, but in a state where I feel like I can go in, I can leave it alone for now and go in, try another story or whatever. So I'm happy with that. This story is another story with a twist, another kind of sad story or serious story, but I don't know why I feel like I have to keep, I just, these kind of stories keep coming out, but not that everything I've written so far is like that, but I kind of come up with like this kind of drama or whatever, and I feel like I have to hit hard on the sad part and the scary part and the dramatic, angry, whatever, serious part so that the joy will kind of pop through in a way that's profound, I guess. That's just how my brain works, I guess. And like I've said before, I like the juxtaposition of basically like the dark with the light and stuff. Um, so yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. It was already kind of plotted out beforehand, just with the little description I wrote about it originally. The story has a working title of Sweet Revenge, I think is what it's called. I'm not sure yet, but I kind of like that. And yeah, that's about all I'm going to say about it because I don't want to like give too much away. But I'm looking forward to trying to condense all these stories into 5 pages. I might end up maybe expanding these to like all be 8-page stories. That's what what's his name did. Will Eisner, I think his were 8 pages. I don't know, but I don't really want the page count to get that big. So I don't know if I can condense them to 5. I kind of thought before I wrote this that this could be 5 pages because basically there's a pretty simple plot line, but it's the descriptions and kind of the flashbacky type of stuff that goes into it that might make it longer.
Did you say simple or simple?
Simple.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that works out. I really want to keep it to 5 if I possibly can. So I'm happy though. I'm not halfway through, but I'm close to halfway through as far as the basic stories, and then hopefully the editing process will be quicker than, you know, actually writing it out and trying to figure it out. I don't know. We'll see. But it makes me feel like I'll be able to get this whole script done like I want to, um, before the 100 days of making comics is done. If not, that's okay, but I kind of feel like it will, and maybe I'll even be able to get into other parts of making this, and that would be so awesome. And I'd love to get that kind of momentum and like get this thing out of me and into the world as quick as possible without sacrificing too much. And I let go, like I've been talking about, I let go of that trying to make it work as a story thing and trying to get all the points that I've been learning in, and I just wrote and it felt good. Um, and I'm thinking also moving forward, I have all those ideas for stories that I was thinking of, but I may just create new ideas because I feel like at the time when I'm actually creating the idea, that's when I have the motivation to write the thing. So maybe that's the answer. Just create a new idea and go with it. This one was from an older idea, so somehow it did work. I just sat down, started writing. As long as I can kind of get a start, a lot of times I can just keep going until the end. That's how I am with writing rhymes and stuff too. Um, but for like my hip hop music, um, which you can find at marshmakesart.com. If you there's just a little music tab and it brings you to the stuff I've done. Because I just mentioned that because I never mention it, so maybe you'd be interested in that. But uh, and also another one last like kind of point thing I was thinking about is I'm very used to writing rhymes, like, and that's usually 16 bars. It's small. So what I'm noticing is I don't like to write too long. You know, if it starts to get like 4, 5, 6 pages and it's like a lot of text, I have a hard time with that because when I'm writing rhymes, I don't like start in the middle. Like I'll write and I'll keep reciting whatever I've written to the point where I'm at. And I'll keep reciting it over and over till I get lower and lower till I get to the 16 bars, which is the typical amount of time for a typical verse or whatever. Or sometimes you can go longer and stuff. But um, so I realized that I don't want to write so long with these stories that I can't just in one sitting read it through and then edit from there or like continue from there. I'm having a hard time doing that at least. But maybe I will eventually get to a point where I can. And I've been noticing I have to start just from like maybe the paragraph above and continue writing below. But then I feel disconnected from the rest of the story. And part of it is because I'm writing within these half an hour increments, you know, from day to day, and my mind might be somewhere else, and it's hard to get back to it. It also the nature of whatever story. This Sophia the Conqueror one has been tough for me. This, you know, Sweet Revenge one today, bam, just kept coming. But I also had more time, so it could keep coming. If it was disjointed like Sophia the Conqueror has been, I might have had the same issues. I don't know. But I feel like I already had a through line. I knew where it was going. I just had to write the dialogue and the thoughts and all that stuff. So I don't know. It's interesting. You cannot, just like that thought came up with a while back, you know, you can't really pin story down. It works how it works. And I'm kind of just going off of gut and intuition and trying to incorporate things as it feels natural and it feels better, you know. And Kevin Cross recently talked about how he doesn't know how you can really write in that disjointed fashion where you just spend a little bit of time each day type of thing. Like he feels like he has to write in chunks, and I feel like I'm realizing I'm maybe the same way, or at least it just works better that way. But I don't have the convenience of being able to do that very often. So it is what it is. That's what this challenge is for. And you know, we'll work it out. We'll make it happen. So that's about it. I think that's all my thoughts for today. I wanted to get a video in today because yesterday I missed a day, and tomorrow's Mother's Day, so I have a feeling I probably won't get it in tomorrow either. So, which is fine with me. I get the work. I will get the work in. I always get the work in every day. But the videos, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, and I'm cool with that. So hopefully you're cool with that. Thank you for watching. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you watching and supporting. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. If you're interested in throwing a buck or two my way every month, that would be awesome. It's just like a little tip jar. It helps out, and I'm going to be doing rewards where for original art when I get enough people in there, um, and I'll be doing those on a regular basis. So, if you're into that or into getting a sneak peek behind the veil, I'm going to be developing another series on YouTube that's going to be really cool. I can't wait to do it, and I'm only going to be showing the progress of it through Patreon at first until I get like a buffer, and there's going to be a lot of content on there, and then I'll start releasing it to YouTube as things get finished and stuff. So that's going to be fun. So yeah, if you're interested in checking out the behind the scenes stuff and early stuff, patreon.com/marshmakes art. If not, that's cool. It's all, for the most part, everything I do is free anyways. It just comes at a little bit of a different time. But yeah, so thank you for all your support. Anybody who just watches or likes my stuff or just whatever, if you comment, I'm totally just as much appreciative of that. And just even if you just watch and don't comment, that's cool too. I really am happy that I can put myself out there and people can get something out of it. Hopefully you are getting something out of it. So again, thank you, and I will talk to you on the next episode. Peace out. I got 5